Hello all. Today's video is with respect to the development environment which are available for the developers for creating applications for the SDV environment. So if at all you recollect the early iPhone days, iPhone was released in the year 2007. When iPhone was released, it basically had maybe 12 or 16 applications. That's it. And if any developer wanted to create their own applications, they used to develop their applications in the Safari browser, and based on that, because basically Safari browser was the app store back then. Back then, the performance was not so great with respect to Safari Store being the playground on which the apps were created, and these complaints were basically taken in by the Apple board members, and basically they have created the App Store, which is basically one of the primary revenue source for the iPhone sales and other things. So not just App Store, even if you see the Play Store, which is offered by Google, the reason why these two are mostly important is because you cannot imagine a smartphone without having the flexibility of installing the applications of your choice. And another example which I would like to quote over here is, we all know that Microsoft acquired a Nokia, and they have created, or they have launched their own new phone series called as Lumina. Though it was good, the reason why that did not take off so well, and the reason why Microsoft later on sold Nokia, is because they did not get a developer community to build the popular applications on their platform. The reason why the developer community did not build or rewrite their popular applications for Windows Phone is the reason because there were less number of people who are basically consuming the Microsoft phones. So there was only a niche amount of people who are doing it. So that is the reason why that did not take off. Now, when these app stores were built, what these organizations, say iPhone, or I mean, like say Apple or the Google ecosystem, what they launched is they have launched their own Android Studio and equivalent. So these Android students and all, what they provide is they provide a ecosystem for a developer who can develop any application of his choice, because Google or Apple, they provide the tools necessary to build the applications for their targeted hardware or the targeted mobile phones. So now that the talks are going on with respect to opening up the APIs of the car, so that any developer can develop some cool apps with respect to what to say, if with respect to the automotive space. There are few what to say, there are few tools which are available for the with the developer right now, but I feel personally, this is my personal opinion, that there are some shortcomings with respect to each of these particular available solutions, and I will take you through one after the other. I know three, there may be more, I don't know, but I can talk about the three which I have tried out. So today we'll be talking with respect to the Eclipse Velocitas, the Digital Auto Playground, and one of the idea which I tried exploring, but I later on felt that it might not be effective for a larger audience to develop their own applications. So what I have in my mind is something like this: the app developers who develop applications for smartphone, say whoever is making it, say it could be Samsung or it could be anyone else, are not what to say, the guys who develop smartphones. So these are the guys who build applications on top of the smartphone resources. So going forward in future, even in SDV, the applications built by these developers, they will not be a automotive hardcore automotive guys, but they would be some application developers who would like to the simple way of putting it in this way is that lot of non-automotive developers will end up developing applications for automotive use cases. This is what will happen. So when that happens, they need to kind of the tools whichever will be provided to them should be in such a way that it is easy to use for them, and it is not something very different from what they have been using till now. So with that in mind, with that background in mind, let's go forward. With respect to Eclipse Velocitas, I have created previously a series of videos on Eclipse Velocitas. It is an extremely good project by ETAS. But what I felt with respect to Eclipse Velocitas is, yeah, it is great that you are using a Kuxa broker, you are giving the CI/CD pipeline, you are even able to cross compile the projects, and you can even deploy it, and you can see the entire stuff. You can then integrate that with Lida and deploy it into the original hardware. Everything is great, but the main drawback which I observed while using Eclipse Velocitas, even during the hackathons which were connected across with respect to the SDV, is that you cannot visualize what is going on. Like a standard, what to say, a standard example which Eclipse Velocitas they showcase is with respect to the seat adjustment. Okay, now they have created a nice dev container with respect to Eclipse Velocitas, and basically they we are giving a target position of where the seat should be, and we can see from the MQTT broker that the seat is moving because the values are changing, and you can see that the seat reaches the particular position of the target position. But these are only numbers. You cannot visually see on a screen uh, by any means that the seat is actually moving. This is the target position which I have given, and the seat has actually moving. So that was one of the main problem with respect to what I felt when working with Eclipse Velocitas, because maybe the automotive guys they can see that yeah, the messages are being printed, they are being subscribed, and the things are going on and on. But for a general person who is not from an automotive background, it might not look so interactive for him to see that okay fine, I see some bunch of numbers but I really don't see what is actually going on, so I cannot visualize. So that was one flaw which I felt what Eclipse Velocitas has. But anyways, the package what Eclipse Velocitas give is really great, but this is what I felt as a user, that if at all this particular functionality or this particular feature is there, that would have been extremely great. Now moving on to the next one. So this is the playground from Digital Auto. So they have some very cool examples where we can basically write a code, and there are some set of animations when I so this is one of their use case of passenger welcome which they have in their site. This also I have discussed in my previous videos. You can go and have a look at that. Here you can clearly see, visualize that what is going on. Like I run this code, I write a code, I run the code, I can adjust the seat height to whatever I want. Instead of 100 I can just put it as 120 or whatever, and based on that this entire animation works, and me as a user can really see that yeah great, it actually works and I can even feel it. But the problem is this is restricted to their own examples, and if at all apart from this seat adjustment, say I want to do something else, maybe I want to turn on the AC, or maybe I want to play the music. Now if at all I have to see that particular animation over there, I cannot add that, because this is something which is kind of as an example which is kind of hard coded. You can only change the values, but you really cannot change with respect to the what to say the actuators or sensors. So that is a restriction with respect to playground which I observed. The second what to say offering from the digital.auto is the dream kit. So this dream kit has been what to say, it has been showcased across many hackathons. These are some of the screenshots, or yeah, these are some of the photos with respect to the dream kit and other things which were showcased during the hackathons. But problem with this is these are like damn costly equipment, and if one developer wants to kind of develop some application, but there is no way that he is gonna buy this entire thing, and he cannot try or test it at his home, or maybe with some bunch of guys. So this is an expensive affair. So this is out of a normal developer, or maybe a normal bunch of developers. And third one, which I felt could be of the I mean like which could be mostly relevant and which is easy to use, could be the usage of both ROS simulation and Eclipse Velocitas. Say in Eclipse Velocitas, I have to kind of do a lane keeping use case. Okay, now I can only see it as bunch of numbers in Eclipse Velocitas. There is no way of visualizing it. Okay, and ROS, in ROS basically you can bring a car and you can almost simulate its real time behavior, almost, not exactly, with respect to how the car goes forward, how does it brake, how does it take a turn, all those things. Okay, now you have a lot of simulators like Carla, LSVL, Gazebo, RVs, many things available in ROS. There are a lot of open sourced models available. There are a lot of simulators and other things are available. And if at all we are able to take this real time car driving data into the Eclipse Velocitas, because at the end of the day it is using Cuxa broker. So if at all we are able to publish this particular ROS data to the Cuxa, which is being subscribed by the application whichever we are doing in the Velocitas, then we can basically visualize what we are doing, and that could be really good. But this has few shortcomings in the sense like the guy who is basically using this approach should be knowing with respect to ROS. He should be in a Linux PC, because you have to install ROS, and to run the simulator also you need some kind of expertise. It takes a lot of memory, many things happen, it may or may not work. So these simulators are not stable, sometimes it may crash. So these are some of the drawbacks with this particular approach. So these are some of my observations. If anyone has have any other observations or any other methods of doing this thing, please let me know. Maybe drop a message. Even you will be able to educate me, because this is what I can see. And how I feel is like only when more developers are given access to building these applications for a vehicle, only then you can actually see a real explosion of growth in the SDV, if at all it really has to happen. Because both Apple and Google, with respect to their smartphones, grew not just because of their hardware, but even their whatever the developer community which was around these particular ecosystems, and how much they have contributed, and how much that has driven the end user like you and me to purchase the smartphones, is the main reason. So a tool for a developer should be as simple as possible for the person to basically do his own create his own applications and do stuff. I mostly feel that most of the companies definitely are thinking about it and they are doing it. If I can think, definitely they can think. There's no doubt about that. And I am creating something in those lines which is easy to use, interactive, and and which is like you don't need to have a huge learning curve. This is what I am currently working on. So in the further videos, I would like to showcase some of these what to say some of these developments to you guys. Till then, thank you all. Have a nice day, and thanks for your time. Thank you all. Bye.